Good afternoon, everybody. And before I start today, I want to beg y'all, please subscribe. Please subscribe. And like and share these videos. Sorry. Moving on. Today I want to talk about some of the lies I heard last night coming out of the APNU AFC camp with these two guys who does be hosting the APNU AFC daily updates on Facebook, coming out saying that PPP telling everybody how they win the election, and no declaration have been made as yet. And this is only stage 2 of the process. We have stage 4. Yes, we know how much stages have from the starting, and we know how much stage finish already, and we know how much PPP leading by 2. 15,400 plus votes. So they have a right to go out and celebrate, because not even low in feel can try help you out in this. You know why? All the tabulation broadcast live on television, right? So he can't go and change no numbers and put in like Mingo. That can't happen in this round. So a lot of y'all feeling the heat now, because y'all know y'all lose the election. Then they called Aubrey Norton, and they was explaining to Aubrey Norton about a threat that Bishop Edgehill make. Now, this is how these people, dirty, stinking, liar, and corrupted, right? They only have one aim, and that is to corrupt the people, mislead the people, right? They say Edgehill put out a threat last night, threatening the nation that they're gonna having sleepless night, starting from tonight. That was last night. But they didn't put out the whole statement of what Edgehill was saying, right? For the public to see why Edgehill said some people will have sleepless night. Now I can explain that to y'all. Edgehill was talking about the so-called ministers, them illegal ministers of the country at the moment, because the only person who is legal in there up to now is Granger as an acting president until the declaration made and even Ali swearing, right? All the rest of them is illegal and are still renewing people contracts, still trying to thief money, still trying to give the friend money, and up to now not one of them give a hamper to none of the people in the country for the COVID-19 relief. Not one of them go out there and give none of y'all, not the supporters or the non-supporters, them a single thing up to now. But they're still trying to thief money and still trying to put money in their friend pocket. And this is what Edgehill was talking about. Said that when you do these kind of contracts with people, and you have to, when the next government take over and would decide to take back these contracts from these people because it was illegally done, you will have to compensate those contractors a sum of money. I don't know what percentage they agreed on or what percentage would be given to them, but you have to give them a percentage of what the cost of the job was. As you was saying, with all this contract, and if they're going to be taking them back, they're going to be costing the government a lot of money for nothing at all. So he was demonstrating Edge Hill and what the procedure is, saying that because these ministers is illegal, they want to make the contract illegal. And the people who going to sign this contract know that these ministers illegal are still going to do a contract. Right? So Edge was saying when we go into power, we can be taking back these contracts and y'all won't be getting nothing because they have been done illegally. And when they get the news that what Edge was sending out, that he can be taking back the contract and they won't be getting nothing, them same people there can have sleepless night starting from tonight, which was last night he was talking about. That is what Edge Hill was saying, that people can have sleepless night about. Now these take the part when Edge Hill say people can have sleepless nights starting from tonight and trying to mislead the people with it. And not putting out the whole story for people to understand why the mandate says so. Now that is misleading people. That is trying to corrupt people. That is trying to corrupt problem in the country. Y'all stinking dirty dog are you. Don't matter what y'all do. And I'm telling y'all this here today, the 11th of June, 2020. Don't matter what y'all do, y'all don't come out of there in the next couple of days. Right? So y'all can try to mislead who y'all want, fool who you want, and get who you want to go and do what I want. And you're going to still have to come out of there soon. Right? Are you nasty, stinking, dirty dog are you? Trying to corrupt the nation, destroy the country, and then going telling people how y'all want to build it. Want to build what? Build your pocket and your bank account. And all of you who coming out doing all of your shows and all kind of thing, soup drinkers, who think they might give you something when they go back in power. There wasn't there for 5 years and they give y'all nothing. Not a single thing they give none of y'all for 5 years. Why you think they're gonna give you something when they go back in there now? Because I'm gonna give a thief more? Because I'm gonna give a thief the oil money now? Then they're still gonna give y'all nothing. Because a thief is a thief. And no matter how much you thief and what you thief, is never enough for he. So how you gonna give y'all? Right? Aubrey Norton now saying that he don't have to study nothing Edge Hill say. I respect that, Aubrey. That is your opinion. Right? I respect that. But what you say next, I do not respect. Aubrey Norton went on to say, GCOM cannot make no declaration based on invalid ballots. Right? He went back to the Constitution. Representation of the People Act. Somewhere in there he said, GCOM are not supposed to be making any declaration based on invalid votes. Right? Now, Aubrey Norton, just a reminder to you, because you was in the counting station all the days. You was there and you see everything count. And still, it appears to me that you don't even know what was going on around you. All you was thinking about is coming out with all these big stinking dirty lie and try to mislead the people and fool them. And you wasn't aware of what was going on around you. First thing you come out with is with 8,000 joint services ballot that wasn't stamped. We ain't here saying that again. Because at the end of the recount, it had 400 ballots that wasn't stamped. And in general, all the rejected ballots is not even 4,000. So how you expect GCOM, or what you expect GCOM to do with under 4,000 invalid ballots when you said GCOM cannot make no declaration based on invalid ballots? It's only 4,000. That is not even 1%. That is not even 1% of the vote that cast. And don't try to feel you could mislead people and tell them that the rest of votes did not valid. All the rest of them valid. All the rest of them had the stamp, the X the right place. Right? All of them. So they could not be cast out as invalid. Right? Only because you come and say people who did vote, who migrated vote, with no evidence to back it. Again, I can explain this to you, Aubrey Norton. The list where y'all sent to GCOM, that GCOM sent to the Commissioner of Police, headed immigration. Same person again. The list went there to for a confirmation if these people was outside of the country or not on election day. GCOM did not cross-check those lists, those names on the voters list to know if any one of the 172 of them vote. And I'm sure all of them vote because all of them in Guyana at the moment. So I'm sure all of them vote. Right? Now the Commissioner of Police slash, let me say this easy. The Commissioner of Police slash immigration officer saying now that he cannot give account for people who come back in the country illegal. We had COVID-19. The airport they closed. There's one. How these people would get past the immigration at the high-tech country them like America, Canada, England, and them places for come back home illegal. Imagine you telling me I live in where I live in now to come back home and I trying to come in illegal. What kind of bullshit is that? Why I got to try to return home illegal? Everybody trying to get to America and then place the illegal. Are you telling me they're coming back home and trying to come back home illegal? What kind of dumb shit is this, boss? And use the head of the police force and the head of the immigration at the same time. No, all y'all trying to thief. You, the Commissioner of Police, you, the head of immigration, Aubrey Norton, Granger, all the whole pack of y'all trying to thief. Trying to see how y'all can help each other to thief. Right? So Aubrey, y'all don't have no proof, no fact, no evidence, or based on Valder no evidence to back your claims that none of the vote was invalid or somebody vote for somebody else. Right? Y'all throw away your eagle eye now. Who y'all had at the polling stations then throughout the country. All y'all supporters y'all says, stay back there, and wait till after everything done. Stay outside and wait. Them didn't see the dead people them. I see I'm Ali, and that is a dead. One of them who y'all put for vote. I see the dead there. Me and see no other dead. Right? In Monrepo. I see she in Monrepo. Good. All y'all supporters, the Eagle Eye team, and everybody else ain't see no dead people come. Ain't see no people who was overseas come down in a parachute and vote and go back up in a parachute because they didn't come in at the airport. Right? So they had to be there coming with a parachute from somewhere. There was skydiving at the moment. Right? Nobody see them. Now you are coming claiming that these things happen. Aubrey Norton. Not Aubrey Norton. Blasted big nose man. Your name stick in my head, Aubrey. Because you're the most lied one. Or the second most lied after Harmon. Or the two Yarmos in the same category, realize. Dirty stinkers are you. Harmon now coming out saying, don't be surprised if you see or if you hear that children vote in this election. Again, what happened to your Eagle Eyes team? What happened to your supporters that they all got to use? Go out and say, I'll stay there till everything finish. Make sure to see everything. Them was part of the excuse me. Them was part of the Eagle Eye team too. I hope there's not Rono. Right? Them they see the chair and they went and vote. Now, you want to tell me, all you agents them who was working was against y'all on election day. then you are going out there saying that how the presiding officers who had control at the polling station, and he would have demand what he want and nobody could say nothing. That is lie. Again, that is a dirty, stinking lie. There is no way a presiding officer could bully your representative or no other representative into doing what he want. You representative go there to do what is best for you and make sure everything go in favor of your party. And nobody try to rob you or thief from you. This is what your agent was doing there. So the providing officer going to demand he want this person to vote or that person to vote. And they could go and vote without you, representative, objecting to it. You understand? That would have never happened. So y'all stop telling people this kind of bullshit. Right? Chairman went and vote. You was a top official in the government. You say you was a liar for 30 years, and this is what I said before. You couldn't be a successful liar. Because you just like James Bond. Y'all don't have it up here. Common sense. Y'all don't have no common sense. Y'all have to have ignorance pack up in this little hard thing here. All shit in there. It's just shit that you got for brains. For coming up telling people these kind of stupidness. Cheering come on forth. A man like you, who was a top official in government, could come out with this kind of dumb stupidness. And y'all expect GCOM to use these things to hamper the declaration. This is what y'all putting out there and expect GCOM to use, like the officials in GCOM more stupid than y'all. Eh? This is what y'all trying to tell them. That hey, me brains got shit, but you ain't got win. And I could fool you. This is how y'all think y'all could get this thing for work, with this kind of dumb, ignorant stupidness. Eh? Y'all unbelievable. Ain't no joke. This got to be a sitcom or some movie with Jim Carrey, or probably is one of Kevin Hart shows them. This is pure comedy. I'm telling you, this is some funny shit, right? Because I don't know how y'all are trying to fix up and make one puzzle out of 50 different puzzles. You understand? Because all of y'all come into a different puzzle, and then y'all say y'all trying to farm one at the end of it. Y'all ain't making no sense. Y'all ain't making no sense. Now these two guys who is the host of the show as mentioned earlier, was given a demonstration about PPP celebrating victory already, and PPP did not win the election, saying that they're giving a reference. It's like if you go in the bank and say you have $10 million in the bank, and the bank asks you for proof. Well, listen to this. They didn't want to see evidence. Right? They did not want to see evidence because they've been using evidence every single second of the day since the recount started. Evidence for this, evidence. So these two, the jackasses, they want to use evidence. Right? That's a proof. It's the same thing as evidence. But they just didn't want to see evidence as itself. That's a proof. You don't have no proof to collect the money. Then the bank can say you don't have no money there. Unless you have proof, you don't have no money. Fair enough. It's the same thing with the AP and AFC doing. These people, these jackasses running wrong in circle. It's like they're on a merry-go-round, going wrong, and then you realize what they're doing. This man here going wrong in circle. They keep exposing each other. It's the same thing with the AP and AFC doing with these objections. I ain't gonna use the word evidence neither. I can use y'all word. All the objections the AP and AFC make, they don't have no proof. None. Not a single piece of proof. Remember, I ain't gonna use the word evidence. Okay? This is irrelevant to this conversation. They didn't have no proof. It's the same thing like the bank. How you can go in the bank and collect $10 million and you don't have no proof? But you want to say, GCOM have to use his name or these objections where you put, or allegations that you have put out there to collect something. And there is no proof. It's the same thing. Right? So again, the only thing that come out of all of this, after Lowenfield finished with the report and the commissioners them finish, only one thing will happen. It's a declaration if and only is the president. Swearing and end of the game. We move on. Or y'all broke up. Right? It's there. Y'all choose what y'all want to do. You understand? But it will have a declaration in the next couple of days from now. Because 4,000 invalid votes or 4,000 rejected votes cannot hamper the results of the election. And you is the one who say, Aubrey Norton, that GCOM have to use the valid votes. Good? So all the rest of the vote is considered to be valid votes, except for this 4,000. Well, under 4, I can use 4,000 as a wrong number. Except for this 4,000. Right? So there's no problem with that. There's no objection in that. Right? Now GCOM going to try to fix the next election. So we won't get 4,000, we get less. Rejected votes. Invalid votes. Good? Now, I hear I keep saying about this bloated list. And they want a clean list. When Jack Dio would have put forward 18 names to Granger to choose for become a chair of GCOM, and Granger reject all of them. But I don't hear none of y'all saying that. And Granger put a minister of his government to be the chair of GCOM when it's supposed to be a neutral person. Right? Mr. Patterson. Good? He was the chair of GCOM, illegally appointed. Chair of GCOM. And I was talking about a bloated list. The whole of, I didn't want to use no bad word, the whole of GCOM was bloated. Now everybody who run this election in terms of CO, RO, CEO, this O, that O, all the O them. All the staff of GCOM was hired by Patterson, not Clarence Singh. Then I hear y'all say now that, but before I get there, let me tell y'all, remember, Patterson was a minister of the government. So Granger put he in there. For he figured how he could thief this election. So he would hire people who could help he thief the election. You understand? Now y'all saying that GCOM hire people but no PPP could have compromised. The same people them who run this election, except Patterson, who was involved in this election, I should say, is the same people Patterson hire, and the same people them who is doing the house registration before it blocked by the CCJ, is the same people them who was involved in the election. The same people them who was doing the house registration when Jack Dio had to take off 16,000 names from the list, what I could not have given account for. 16 plus thousand. It's the same people them who was thieving that for y'all then, y'all saying PPP compromise now. You see? And these people here can still run and support y'all. Only because they're black. And I ain't saying this with no fear. I'm saying this with no fear. Only because they're black. And y'all black. And they want y'all to go in power. They're willing to accept. Y'all rejecting them now. Y'all throwing them in the garbage bin. No. Telling them that they was shit. And they're gonna still run and support you. Right? Because this is what y'all doing. These people who would have dedicated themselves to support y'all. Y'all saying now that PPP compromise them. So y'all don't use them to do what you want. And now they compromise. Y'all don't use them, so y'all throw them in the garbage bin. Now look, go down the road. We're done with you. Right? The same thing y'all doing to y'all other supporters them. Who they up on the road skilling up the ass, protesting in the hot sun. Y'all ain't even give them a bottle of water for drink. But I still running and support y'all. Now y'all saying that them would have voted against y'all. Or enough of them would have dead. Or was out of the country when the vote, when Harman claiming that about 400,000 vote got problem. Right? So y'all don't use them there again. And y'all just throw them away. Them ain't good no more. Right? That's basic fact. Y'all don't use them. Now y'all throwing them away. How did the dead are migrated? They didn't vote. Only 70,000 people that vote in the country. And out of the 70,000 there, 30,000 y'all said PPP have would be coolie people. So the rest of them would be black people who support y'all. Right? So everybody else is dead and out of the country. And these people are gonna still run and support y'all. We in y'all ain't got no respect for them. Y'all ain't got no feelings for them. And y'all are not supporting them. They can still support you. Because I am black. And I can say that again, because I am black. Because all the black people who vote for AP and AFC vote because the party black. So with the Indian party, PPP. All the coolie people would have voted for them because the leader Indian. It's the same thing. That's what I call it racist vote. Right? But you see the PPP killing out them own. Or throwing them in the garbage. Or so that they turn against them. Only y'all doing that. Y'all trying all kind of shit. Y'all turning against yourself. How y'all don't got no hope. Y'all hopeless at the moment. So y'all turning against each other now. Turning your back on your hardcore supporters them. Only because y'all want to hang on to power. Y'all ain't got no dignity, people. None. None. And again, I'm going to tell you this. I don't care nothing about the people of the country. I only care about yourself. Right? Okay. That's it for me, people. Please, stay safe. Stay away from Rona. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. Just click the button on the next one. It won't take you 5 seconds. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. God bless Guyana.